Alright everyone, this is going to be a little bit of a two-parter. The first is going to be an update on my surgery and all of that shit. That's probably going to take about 5 minutes. What is that light? The second is going to be not regarding my recovery. Well, it's things that have happened during my recovery, but it's something I needed to talk about. I need to get off my chest. So, recovery is going okay. Dilation is a never-ending chore and feels like a full-time job. You just get used to it. You just do it. I'm probably not one of the better people to consider when it comes to dilation, because for me it's been relatively painless. It'll probably start becoming more painful soon as the muscle contractions and the muscle healing start really settling in, and stuff starts trying to pull itself back together. But for the most part, not a big deal. It's just time consuming and it's annoying. I do have some criticisms of the clinic, and do keep in mind that I'm in a pretty bad mood right now, so that may be contributing to my harshness of them. I have run out of condoms, so I do need to go to the pharmacy today to buy my own, because the clinic does not supply extra condoms if you should happen to run out, which I think is stupid. I also ran out of gloves, which they also do not supply if you happen to run out. Lubricant I've got plenty, but if I was to run out, they don't supply more. And they also, every day a nurse comes in to check on you, and they say they'll do so at 10 o'clock, but times vary pretty wildly. I gave them until 11 today, at which point I started prepping for dilation. Just as I was about to start dilation, the nurse knocked on the door, so I let her in, and she did a checkup and left. This means that I had to change gloves and put on a new set of lube, so I wasted a set of gloves and a serving of lube. Then I realized I needed to go to the bathroom, so I wasted another set of gloves and another set of lube. This is all after I gave them my second hotel card, right? I gave them my second hotel card specifically in case my sleeping disorder was still going, so that they could let themselves in and wake me up, and secondly, in case I'm dilating, so they can let themselves in and check on me. That card is just gone. I don't, one of them has it, I don't know which. None of them know which. The card is just floating around somewhere in their office. So they've completely disregarded the instruction that I gave to them to help make both of our lives easier. And they let me run out of painkillers. The clinic nurse checks on your medical supply every time they come in, and for some reason I'm out of painkillers. And when the nurse came in this morning and was like, blah blah, check your blood pressure, check your vagina, everything looks okay, I was like, by the way, I'm out of my daily painkillers, because you get 3 different types, and there's one that you're just meant to take every day always, and I'm out of them. And the nurse seemed surprised, and then she's like, oh, well, we'll have to get it to you tomorrow. And I'm like, but I'm completely out. That means tonight and tomorrow morning I won't have my regular painkillers. I'm kind of afraid to think of what kind of pain I'd be in if these are prescribed painkillers that I'm meant to be taking twice a day without fail, how I'd be feeling without them. But no, they just expect me to do it without them, because they were irresponsible enough to just let me run out. So I'm going to have to organize with one of the other girls to borrow 2 of theirs and then give them 2 back when I get a new batch tomorrow, which isn't something that should be expected of me. Again, I'd like to remind people that I'm paying 24,000 Australian dollars for this surgery. $24,000 for what for the clinic amounts to what they check up on me every day. That's 10-15 minutes of work. Let's add a total of, say, 3 hours for paperwork and admin, and then there's the 5-hour surgery itself and the hotel stay. You're looking at 30 to 40 hours of actual labor for $24,000. So yeah, I do expect better service, especially when we drive past Siporn's mansion while delivering something to one of his housekeepers. Look, this is my socialist self settling in here. I don't give a shit if you've worked hard. Provide a good fucking service. Maybe don't hire a housekeeper. Maybe you don't need one of them. Maybe they're not a fucking necessity in life. Especially when you're looking after an incredibly underprivileged, oppressed, and just generally in danger people, which segs nicely into my next topic, which no longer has anything to do with my surgery. While I've been here, 2 of my friends back home have attempted suicide. And I'm going to argue both points here, right? The first point is that the things that have transpired to make these people suicidal is horrific. It's horrible. One in particular lost her family because she came out as trans. And hey, welcome to why people don't come out as trans until they're fucking 40 years old and they can't handle it anymore. She came out, and then whatever, under whatever ridiculous, legal reason, her wife got her, got a restraining order and said you're not allowed near the kids until you've worked out your psychological issues. And then now she doesn't see her kids. She doesn't get to speak to her kids, and she lost her wife. So she's permanently on suicide watch for obvious fucking reasons. And yeah, then another of my friends who is on permanent suicide watch attempted to kill herself. So angle number 1, being trans. Sound fun? Does it sound fun? Does it sound like fun? Because, all of you people make it sound like it's really trendy, and we do it just for laughs, and we do it for popularity and for hits on Twitter. What do you care more about? Hits on Twitter, or not having your friends die, like, in front of your fucking eyes? Would you give that up? Would you make that trade? I don't think you would. I think you should shut your fucking mouth. But now I'm also going to play advocate on the other side, because I'm across the fucking world. I feel like as soon as I took my foot off of Australian soil, it started to crumble where I'd just left. How is it that I can fucking go to this single trip for a single month of my life and be out of there, and 2 people try to kill themselves? Can you not survive for that fucking long on your own? I know the shit that we've been through is terrible. Do you know how I know? Because I've been through it. Like, me, trans, you want to see? Trans person, I've been through it. If you can't stand on your own 2 fucking legs for 5 minutes, then there's a problem. It's called codependency. You don't need to live your life alone, but god damn it, sometimes you need to just stand up for a bit. And furthermore, I have always maintained that suicide is not selfish. If your life is garbage enough that you need to stop, that you need to tap out, I will respect that. I will be sad, I will be fucking miserable, and I will mourn you for the rest of time. But if your life is seriously that painful, then I will literally give you permission to end it, without me, like, calling you selfish or whatever. But, like, one of these people in particular has been, you might be watching this, one of these people in particular has been on suicide watch for the last, like, 3 or 4 years. You can't do that to people. You need to seek some fucking help. Because these people are happy, 6 days of the week. They're happy 6 days of the week, and they have life and they have meaning. But that one day every 2 or 3 weeks is so soul-crushingly bad that it fucking sends them over, and they wind up doing something really stupid that they would regret the next day if they were alive to see it. And that's what antidepressants are fucking for. It is for lowering the lows. It is for softening the hardest bits of your life, right? So that you can get through the day, get to tomorrow, and realize that there's shit worth living for. So, playing both sides here. Number 1, being trans sucks. I know how hard it is. Everyone else, look how fucking hard this shit is. People are literally dropping like fucking flies while I'm here not to support them. But number 2, like, get your shit together. We are stronger than this. If we got this far, we're stronger than this. It's that simple. You are stronger than this. So instead of sitting around lamenting all the millions of problems that we have, because we have them, we have 1,000,001 fucking problems. Instead of sitting around, do something about it. Fucking get on some meds so that those lows don't kick your shit into the dirt. Try some different antidepressants. See which ones just soften the lows without, the common antidepressant problem of either making you more depressed or, just making you feel absolutely nothing. Find something that works for you. Get off your fucking ass when you have those tools available to you and do it. Because there are a lot of times when we as trans people are powerless. We have no influence on people hiring us. We have no influence on people shouting obscenities on us in the street. We have no power over us having the luxury of the money to afford surgery. Some of us do, some of us don't. But the one thing we do have power over, at least in Australia, where healthcare is, mostly government mandated, you can go to a bulk billing psychologist and you can get them to prescribe you an antidepressant. So fucking do it. I'm sitting here in this trip, and this has been the hardest month of my life. With no content. Content? Contention? Not emotionally. I'm not suicidal right now, which means that it can't be the hardest time in my life in that regard, because I spent, a full decade wanting to fucking kill myself. But I didn't send threats to people. I didn't attempt it. I didn't write these fucking letters saying, "Goodbye everyone, I hope you're strong without me." Don't fucking do that to people, because suicide may not be selfish. And I'll even go as far as to say that if you really just can't tolerate life anymore, if you have exhausted every option, go for it. End it. If shit has happened that has just made your psyche too damaged to repair, then do yourself a favor. But if you haven't exhausted every option, don't do that. And furthermore, don't do this. Don't do this shit of me going to bed as someone deletes every social account that they have, and I can't get in contact with them because we don't have a single physical friend. They don't have any friends on Facebook that actually know them in person, so I have no way of checking on them. And then I wake up the next morning to a message saying, "Hey, I'm out of the ER." Don't fucking do that to people. It's impossible. It's an impossible choice. We have the hardest lives on the planet, and then you have me bitching at people to do better. That's what we gotta do. Just do better. I don't feel like love and respect is appropriate here. Peace and safety, everyone. Just keep hanging on. You owe it to yourself.